Below are two reports from the Certified Automatic Truck Scale, short for CAT. So you can take your vehicle there and weigh them, and you can weigh the trailer as well. So I'll just zoom in here and you can see a little bit of the weights. That's better. So you can see the steer axle showing 2,500 pounds. This is without the weight distribution, and 2,680 on the drive axle, and then the trailer axle 2,900 pounds. Now with the weight distribution but not tightened up too much, you'll see we're transferring some weight. So we have 2,560, 2,600 and 2,940. So some weight has been transferred. You can see there from one axle to the other axle, making it a little bit more balanced. The travel trailer we have is the Sportsman Classic. It's a 18 QB, which I believe is 18 feet queen bed, and the queen bed is located in the front. You will note that we have two gas bottles. Normally they come with one. We had additional one added, and you'll see the batteries that normally stand in the front, one or two batteries, have been replaced by toolboxes, and we'll show you where they went. Now this particular trailer by KZ has a unloaded vehicle weight of 2,850 pounds, and you'll see it has a hitch weight of 400 pounds. And when we put it on the weigh scale, this was sort of borne out to be true, that the unloaded vehicle weight came out at about 2,900, bearing in mind we have a additional gas cylinder and some batteries, additional battery in as well. There's a further sticker on the door saying the weight of the cargo should never exceed 650 pounds. So, you know, we're looking at about 3,000, just under 3,000 plus the 650, but in Romanian it will tell us that 3,500 pounds is the maximum for this particular trailer. Now regarding the batteries, you'll see that Niagara trailer, who we bought the trailer from, installed the batteries inside the trailer, and they're pretty much above the axle and at the dinette. You can see there's actually two batteries there, and they're installed in the plastic casing that you can buy for this purpose. And you'll see that they are vented out as well, a little vent outside, and both have floor vents as well. This is necessary due to the build-up of gases, but it helps balance the trailer and takes the weight of the batteries, which are pretty heavy, probably 30 pounds each, and brings them inside the trailer, as opposed to them sitting on the tongue, adding to the tongue weight. You'll recall that the Hyundai Sante Fe XL can tow 5,000 pounds and has a tongue weight of 500 pounds. So we need to work within the specifications of the tow vehicle and the trailer to make sure that the combined rig all operates correctly, of course with the weight distribution hitch as well. Now just below the actual hitch, I've stood there for you a hitch scale that you can use. This is just a low priced one. We brought it at Princess Auto, where it won't set you back much above $100, probably a little bit less than that. And if we zoom in, you can see how it works. It has pounds and kilograms on it, and as you lower the hitch down, so the spring gets compressed and it gives you a weight. Obviously the trailer must be nice and level, and you can either weigh it with everything on it or without it, but obviously to get the correct tongue weight you should load the trailer up as you're going to tow it and load it up. to make sure that it's under your vehicle's hitch weight. That's permissible according to the manual. One other modification that was made to the trailer by Niagara Trailers was the axle was put below the springs as opposed to being above the springs. If I zoom in, you'll see how the axles are now sitting below the springs. Coming from the manufacturer, they are above the springs. So this makes the trailer actually sit up higher, and it's sometimes necessary to do, I believe, especially if your tow vehicle is fairly low at the back, which the Honda Santa Fe is, because when you add on weight distribution bars, what can happen is these bars can be very low, a couple of inches off the ground only, and scrape the ground. So with a combination of the changing the trailer and adapting the hitch, this can be overcome. Of course, the downside is the trailer is higher, so you get a little bit more wind resistance, and of course the step is now a little bit higher as well. So you may want to add on another step, but not really necessary from my perspective. So there you have it. The Santa Fe can tow 5,000 pounds, and it has a hitch weight of 500 pounds. The trailer unloaded will be about 2,900 pounds, and loaded up shouldn't exceed 5,500 pounds. Of course, if you check the tires, they will tell you that this is correct. You can check each axle weight, of course, on the tow vehicle, and that should balance out for you as well. You may need to make some modifications, as I have done, to make sure that the hitch weight doesn't exceed the hitch weight of the tow vehicle. We moved the batteries. We may take off one gas cylinder and put it in the actual trailer as well when we travel. And we adjusted the axle. So at the end of the day though, the 5,000 pounds exceeds the total trailer weight of 3,500 that it should be, maybe a little bit lower. I don't think I'll load it up to the gills, and we should be okay with that. Of course, there's things such as wind resistance to take into consideration as well, which obviously the manufacturers can't consider because they don't know if you're going to tow a boat or you're going to tow a trailer. So that's our rig combined, and we're going to have to now set this up, and we'll show you when we put on the weight distribution and the brake controller and the connections and how it all operates together.